Yeah, it's been too long since I've done this. Okay. I'm back. How's it going? Did you miss me? Did you? Did you? Of course you fucking didn't. Ain't nobody here. But yes, I was gone. I was gone for quite some time. Was today. Today is the 7th. I left. Hold on. Hold on. I left on the 20th, did I not? Maybe I left on the 25th. If I left on the 20th, it's been 17 days, and that don't sound right. Well, no, 17 days. No, that's accurate. Yeah, I remember doing the math because I had to be professional. What the fuck is on my desk? Whoa, wait, what was that? Where it disappeared? Okay, I'm gonna ignore that from my own sanity. What does that say in the back? I've never actually looked in the back. No way, that says Xfinity. Okay, Unity. I was about to say I'm not. I don't want to be a mod for Unity. Oh fuck! I can't lift myself too high, or my thighs will show. Not that I have an issue with thighs showing, but we've only just gotten to know it. It's only been a month, and I haven't been here for 20 days of it. I can't just show you my thighs so easily. Don't watch my latest short. I'm a hypocrite. No, I have to be a good girl until I'm certain fucking mouse cursor. Until I'm certain YouTube won't punish me so early in my career for being promiscuous. I'll get to the point of this stream at some point. But don't you want to hear from me? Don't you want to hear how I've been? It's been so long. Aren't you curious where I went? I'm not telling you. But aren't you curious? I hope not. Because then I'm just edging you. And once again, we're not at that point in our relationship. So, what was I about to say? Yes, I've been gone for 20 days, and what you may notice is that for once in my entire streaming life, I'm not already on the page of the Coffin and Andy and Lele. And that's because I'm actually doing something different today. I know! I didn't think I had it in me either. But as I'm sure a lot of you are aware, because we're all gamers here, I imagine, and not just degenerates, although the term goes hand in hand. Summer Games Fest was yesterday, and there were a lot of announcements. Now, I know what none of you are thinking, which is wouldn't it have been wise to stream Summer Games Fest to show you my reaction firsthand? How excited I was for any new gaming prospect? No. No, it wouldn't have been. I haven't been excited about anything since Lego Star Wars 3. My serotonin is Mormon. They don't reproduce. I feel nothing. You can maybe get a slight grin through a game reveal. So, at least for the time being, until my serotonin decides that it wants to not follow in the footsteps of a VTuber and actually get some. I'm not very excited about a lot of things. I kind of just have a bland, apathetic expression. So it wouldn't have been all that interesting, probably, to watch my reaction to this stuff. Especially because I think half of the announcements didn't necessarily apply to me. Once again, because of Mormon serotonin, if a game is not something I'm already kind of excited about, I feel even less interest. So what I'm actually going to do instead, which I think will be better because you can at least hear my opinions, because I won't just be sitting silently watching a trailer. I'm actually just going to go through the list of the games announced, and I'm going to talk about each one of them. This stream could be very short. I don't know how much I'll have to say. I'm not usually a reviewer. I don't have deep and meaningful thoughts. Look at me. There's nothing here except illness. Apologies, I got sick on my way out because I took so many damn plane rides. I was on a plane for like fucking 14 hours one day. 3 different planes, 3 different security checks. TSA wouldn't let me bring a water bottle. Bastards. Okay, before anyone comes into this stream and think, wow, I thought this was going to be a conversation about Summer's Game Fest. Why? Why is this creature, this amalgamation, just, yeah, damn, my hips go everywhere when I move my head. You see that? I have to lean my head really far back to even get a glimpse at it. But look, I'm just shaking my head left to right. My hips are going all kinds of places. Bad. Bad. Okay. Now we've run into my earlier problem, my first stream, which is it's going to be a little hard for me to see chat. Not that that really matters, although I thought that didn't matter in the first stream either. And you see how it went? I got fucking door-to-door salesman. So, I don't know what I'm complaining about. I can just click on and click off. I can see chat just fine. The first thing that was announced was Resident Evil Veronica. Okay, I know I just talked about serotonin being non-existent, and it's true, but this at least makes the ghost of my serotonin very pleased. I adore Resident Evil. I love it so much. And I'm actually really excited about Veronica, because one, Veronica's one of the few ones I actually know nothing about. Like, honestly, aside from this trailer, I don't know it. Why am I gesturing with my hands? No, fuck it. I don't know anything about Veronica. Hardly know her. So this one is fun for me, because I'm going into this completely blind. Now, in fairness, I kind of went into most of the other Resident Evils blind. I mean, especially ones like 8 and 9. But, you know, 2 Remake and 3 Remake, I at least had an idea of what it was. Veronica, I don't know anything about. And that's probably because I believe Veronica is actually the original game, not the greatest of games. Like, I know 2 and 3 were very popular when they came out. But from what I've heard, is that Veronica is good, but it's not like, you know, Resident Evil 2, 3, 4 good. I saw a tweet on Twitter, because, you know, that's the only place tweets are. Talking about how Code Veronica is actually the first remake they've done where it actually needs a remake, because apparently the original game is kind of rough. So I am excited about being able to go into it blind. I'm also excited. Mouse cursor, go away. Because it's French. It's Paris. I'm not French, obviously, despite my exit stage left always ending in au revoir. Au revoir? But I took like 7 fucking French classes. I want to make some kind of use of that wasted time in my life. Very stressful time, too. I was really good at French for high school. Like, high school French, I'd argue, one of the best. Aside from that one French motherfucker who took it for an easy A. College French. I have nightmares. It was a terrible time. It was so bad. Even my French teacher, he took pity on me. I love that, man. I think he hated me, but he took pity on me because, like, everyone else in that class was good at French but me. So I was kind of just stumbling along. Now, I wasn't, like, incompetent. I knew how to string together. I could read French somewhat decently. Not decently as in toddler level. And I could usually work my way through sentences. Sometimes it was just a single word that I needed translated for me to even understand. And that ended up saving me a lot. But there was just this one time where I couldn't get it. And it was a group work, right? I was sitting with another person making my humiliation public. Masochistic slut that I am. Not that I derived any pleasure from it. And I just couldn't get it, and I think he saw the fear in my eyes. He saw the utter terror. Because they wanted us to speak this out loud, and he ended class. He ended class the second it got to my table. And he just went, C'est pas grave. C'est pas grave. Which in French means, it's okay. It's not serious. And I was just like, oh, thanks, man. Thanks. Make my humiliation known. C'est pas grave, indeed. C'est pas grave. College French is another level. I don't know why they want me to practically speak French in French 3. I don't know how they were all so much better at me. Maybe, I guess they had to have done studying after. This was supposed to be a conversation about Resident Evil. You can get my tragic life later. But I adore the Resident Evil franchise. Resident Evil Village is probably my favorite. Slightly unpopular opinion, I guess, because I think I know Village was liked a lot, but I think a lot of people were slightly disappointed in it. I love Village, and I think it's because Village is the wackiest of them all, and I really like Resident Evil when it's being kind of ridiculous. So I love Village. But I've loved everyone I played. The only two I didn't love 3 Remake, which that one is a common opinion. I thought the game was fine. I enjoyed what I had played. It wasn't my favorite. I didn't love everything about it. And it's actually most forgettable. I don't really remember anything. And when I played it, emphasis on played, I didn't love 7. Caveat, I had seen playthroughs of 7 like 20 different times by the time I actually picked up the controller and play it. So by then, unfortunately, it was kind of just a, yeah, I've been here before. But I've really only played the main new Resident Evil games. The only old ones I've played is OG 4, which I love, and OG 1. Not OG 1. No. Technically 1 remake, 1 remaster. Is that even... I suppose it is a remake. And 1 remake. Which is fine. I'm sorry. It's just so old. I enjoyed it. It just has a lot of nitpicky things for me that is not my favorite. And it's solely because how damn old the game is. And I like old games. I like 4 OG. And that's fucking ancient. Anyway. Anyone over the age of 25. Crumple into a ball of dust now. But one remake might be young. When did 1 remake come out? Was it 2002 or 2005? I'm pretty sure Resident Evil 4 was 2005. I can't remember. Either way, those are close in age, technically. Not 1 OG. 1 OG is ancient. But I did enjoy it. I don't like the ink ribbon system. I hate it. There's a lot of things you can do to make a game hard. Backtracking is my least favorite of them. And that's essentially what the ink ribbon is. It's a backtracking threat. Or not backtracking per se, replay everything you just did threat. Which I loathe. Because sometimes it was like 30 minutes of gameplay. Now, it goes by much faster on the second time around because you know what you're doing. But even then, I hate redoing what I was already doing. So I didn't like it solely because of the ink ribbon thing. I think I put the game on easy. I never put games on easy. I don't like a simple game. But I think I was so against the ink ribbons, I put the game on easy just to lower my chance of actually needing them. But Veronica, of the trailer, I really liked the vibe of. Paris 1, I think Resident Evil doesn't use cities enough. Raccoon City, I suppose, would be the closest, but even then, I feel like, you ended up going into the sewers, and that was a whole load of uninterestingness. And I've never been a fan of when they force you into labs. It was fine in 9 because I feel like you were in, like, the lab at least had style. It wasn't kind of like a generic lab like Resident Evil 2 remake. And the woods looked fun. The woods reminded me of Resi 4. So that's all I'm gonna say about Code Veronica, or just Veronica. I'm kind of sad they're only calling it Veronica. I feel like the code made it a little more unique, made it a little interesting. Now it's just Veronica. God of War, Chris, Uncharted, Steven, Resident Evil, Veronica. Now it's just a name. Why can I not feel oxygen in my body? Whoa. Oh, that's why I'm breathing through my mouth. I never breathe through my mouth. I bet I'm just swallowing air. My nose is a little stopped up, so I'm having trouble breathing through it. Where's my water? Oh, my water's on the other side of the room. Damn it, 1 second. I can't breathe. As someone who's been doing this for less than a month, you'd think I know to have my water by my bed. Or, well, my water was by my bed. My water by my computer. Hi, yes, I'm right here. Activate, yes, me. Hi. Whoa, dizzy. Delicious. I had 2 viewers for a second, but of course they joined when I was in my intro, so not making any sense. That guy left quick. I don't blame you. Back to what I was talking about, which is actually not what I was talking about, because that's my conclusion for Code Veronica. If I was better at my job, I'd have, like, screenshots or, like, thumbnails of the game I'm talking about behind me. But I don't know how that works, and it's been so long since I streamed, I didn't want to waste any time trying to figure out things that I don't already know how to do. Okay, what was next up? Cuphead. That's all I'll say about that. Fuck, no, stop. No, damn it, I'm sorry, Cuphead. I didn't mean to go back to the screen. No, whoa, what have I done? What have I done? Fuck. I actually grabbed the tab. Damn fucking computers. No, go back to where you belong. There you are, thank you. I accidentally grabbed the tag out of frame, and then it fucking highlighted everything. Am I still streaming? Of course I'm still streaming. I have the fucking stream overlay right up. Oh, but it's all blue. Stop being blue. Gorgeous. Is my voice still audible? Can you still hear me? That'd be real bad if the entire premise of the stream was talking and you could not hear me. You want 1 second? Hold on. Wait. You know, that's a great concern. I'm gonna do this. Can I hear myself? Yes, no, maybe. Maybe, no, yes. Fuck. Is this working? Can you hear me? Can you not hear me? You should be able to hear me. Hello? I'm so glad I have so few followers that I can actually do this. Man, it'd be real embarrassing if you couldn't hear me. If you're wondering why I'm concerned, it's because I'm looking at my stream overlay and I can't. There we go. You can hear me. Gorgeous. I'm gonna cut that out of the video because I wasn't. I have to be constantly entertaining or else what's my worth? Okay, that was a little entertaining. Maybe I won't cut it out. Less work for me. My hair is falling in my face. 1 second. I actually don't need to say 1 second. There's no volume going through my headset, and my mic isn't attached to my headset, so you can actually hear me just fine. Okay. Yes, Cuphead. That. Alien Isolation 2. You know, I never played Alien Isolation. Bit before my time, as in when I would have been. By the time Alien Isolation came out, I was too young, I think, to play games like that. So I never played it. I did watch streams of it, and I liked what it was. I thought the environment got a little samey, though, so I am more interested in Alien Isolation 2 because it looks like you're actually going to get to be outside, the great outdoors, touch grass. This is sounding less appealing by the second. But I digress. I don't have much to say about it. I didn't even rewatch the trailers. I watched a few trailers before this just to give me refreshing my memory. But I did not for Alien Isolation because it did not matter to me that much. So Alien Isolation 2, I am excited about. Kind of. I think that's the type of game I'll have to see the reviews, and I might not buy it full price. Okay, what was next? The new Shadow of the Colossus guys game. Jin Atlas. I'm... So the issue for me here is that I've... Of the Shadow of the Colossus guy, I don't know his name. I probably should have learned his name a second. His name is actually on the damn thing. What am I talking about? Fumito Ueda? Him. Of his games, I only like Shadow of the Colossus is the issue. I tried The Last Guardian. It wasn't for me. I watched, again, I watched a stream, not a stream, I watched a playthrough of The Last Guardian, but I never ended up finishing the playthrough because I kind of got uninterested halfway through. But I did like it, is the thing. But then years and years and years and years and years later, PlayStation gave me the game for free for whatever reason. I can't remember why. And I played it. I didn't make it an hour. I stopped after 30 minutes, which in fairness, there's a lot of games you can't play for 30 minutes and really get a good feel of it. But again, this was after my serotonin became celibate, so it's harder for me to stay engaged in something I'm not fully into in the moment. So maybe down the line, whenever I'm, I don't know, happy, I'll give the game another shot and maybe I'll like it a lot more. But for now, but Jin Atlas wise, I'm kind of into it. I'm kind of whatever about it. It's deserty. I'm really tired of desert locations. I think the desert is an uninteresting and unhappy place, and I'm tired of seeing it. I'm a VTuber. You think I like the sun? I like how I have to say I'm a VTuber every 45 seconds just to remind myself. So pretty. Yeah, that's my issue. I don't like desert environments. Two, I do like kind of what I was seeing in terms of the robotiness. It's really hard to say. There wasn't much in the trailer for me to go on. It's interesting that it's a shooter. I don't think he's done shooters because Ico was hand-holding simulator as far as I'm aware. Shadow of the Colossus, again, I adore Shadow of the Colossus. I even platinum Shadow of the Colossus. That's how much I like the game. Critically, I give the game like an 8.5 or a 9. Some of the Colossi are okay. Like, they're not all. No, there's like 16 of them. I think there were supposed to be more before the game was shortened. But some of the Colossi are just fine to fight. They're not the most fun. And the open world, I understand it's a PS2 game. Don't get me wrong. Open world, little barren. And I do like an empty open world so long as it is consistently visually interesting. And some of Shadow of the Colossus open world is really fun to look at, and some is kind of just okay to look at. So, my mouth tracking always distracts me. So, while I am looking forward to this game and hearing more about it, I'm not sold. Especially because of robots. I'm not a robot guy. I think robots are cool when they look like humans. Like, 2B, which is essentially just a human. I know they're androids, but let's be real. You can honestly just supplement them for a human. Cool human. This motherfucker actually looks like a robot. A rush bucket and all. I'm so sorry, Neurosama. I love robots. No one tell my Yoshi. So I think that's all I'll have to say about it. I'm interested, but I'm not holding my breath. Next. Blood Message. It looked interesting. That's I have no real desire to talk about Blood Interest. Stranger Than Heaven. Look, I mean, if you want to resurrect long dead famous celebrities, who better than Tupac? You know, I would buy this game day one if Tupac walked on that game on that game stage and started pitching his old game. Snoop Dogg, we've seen plenty of him. You know who we haven't seen in a while? Tupac. That would have been really. Imagine if they brought out a casket. If like, and here, making his way all the way from Santa Monica Cemetery, Tupac. There, you would have had me. You would have had me. You would have had me. Yo, but you couldn't do it. You couldn't. You just couldn't. You couldn't take the risk. Shame on you. For real though, I'm always a little hesitant about bringing dead figures into games or into anything. Because I'm never sure what the level of respect is or disrespect. Because like technically, it's unconsensual. Because I know they got approval from like oh fucking hell, I totally forgot my damn headset. I don't even know why I'm wearing a headset. I don't need a headset. I can just actually speak normally. Fucking, I don't know if there's a way to adjust this, but the Arctic series, if there's no actual volume going through, they turn off automatically, which is totally fine. And actually probably a good thing, except in this one scenario where I am speaking without volume. Now, in fairness, as long as you can still hear me, I don't actually need the headset. I didn't really invest in some soundproofing stuff. I can hear my damn echo. Not that I can soundproof this whole damn room, but still. I wonder, let me unmute this. Make sure you can still hear me even without the damn headset. Can you? Yes, maybe. Yes, you can. Gorgeous. Okay, so there's actually no need whatsoever for me to be wearing that headset this whole time. Although now I can hear myself significantly more clearly, and I don't know if I like that. Okay, Stranger Than Heaven. I actually don't know what the game is about. It was interesting. I think wasn't it just like a full CV trailer? So there's not much to talk about with it. Other than, Lazarus. So I'm going to breeze past it. Hakes? I have no idea what it's about, and it was not interesting enough for me to talk about it. Mortal Shell 2, kind of. I think people speak fondly of the first Mortal Shell game. Never played it. But I also think people... that's when I'll rate on reviews. It could be interesting. I kind of like the way it looked, but not really much for me to talk about since I really have no opinions of the first Mortal Shell game. The Ninja Turtles Last Ronin game by Platinum. Again, I like Ninja Turtles well enough. They're not my favorite or anything, but I do like them. But I like them kind of as a group. Although Last Ronin is, I think, a semi-famous Ninja Turtle story. Or very famous. I actually haven't heard... I know it's famous. I don't know if it's good. But I wouldn't imagine they're making a game on a bad storyline. Although we have the Boys TV show, so who am I to say? The Last Ronin, it's just cinematic, so nothing really to talk about other than the fact it's been leaked before. I think it was leaked at least. It's at least been talked about that they were making a Last Ronin game for a long time, so it's not like it was a shock it was coming about. So that's another a more wait and see approach from me. Not much to talk about. My favorite turtles, Raphael. Oh, I'm red too. And jeez, look how it's like a fucking weapon. If you're standing to either side of me, you're getting, and assuming you're, I don't know, Gimli, you're getting a face full. Feel free to crouch. Next. Ronin. Um, Fortnite. I like seeing Ben Starr. Gundam, not a Gundam person. Only mecha thing I've really ever been like into is Darling in the Franxx. I'm sorry. I know halfway through it's not good. I know it gets bad, but I like the vibes. I would speak more on that, but I need to rein myself in before I go on more tangents. This might be really short. I've only been streaming. How long have I been streaming for? 30 minutes? I feel like I'm already halfway through all the damn announcements. This might be much shorter, but at the same time, I didn't really want to stream because, you know, serotonin. So this was just kind of my way of getting back into it. Since I've been gone for so long. I don't know what I was thinking. Leaving my child behind. That military shooter game, I don't care about. I'm not saying it looked bad. I'm not saying it looked good. I'm saying I don't care. Cool crouching. No, fuck you, damn it. PC Gamer, you have a terrible fucking website. And I know it's a low bar for PC Gamer, but like, can't you at least do one thing decent? Control Resonant. I liked the first Control game. It's good. It's a little samey after a while, but it's interesting. Very SCP-ish. Funny enough, I was really into Control Resonant when I first played it because, you know, it was obvious that, like, Jessie has, like, some fucking extra dimensional eldritch deity, like, fucking attached to her. And I liked that because I had assumed I made the horrible assumption that the player is supposed to be kind of supplemented. What's the damn word? Represented, I'd say, by the Eldritch deity. And I thought that was a cool idea. Like there was an actual reason why you can control her. So I really liked that idea. And then the game shoots the idea in the fucking face by giving the Eldritch deity a gender. And it killed any desire the first time for me to continue playing the game because I really liked my idea that you are the Eldritch deity, like you as a person. But then they gave it a gender. And I was like, now it's not me. Now it's just a separate character. I'm no longer interested. And I stopped playing Control. Because that was honestly like the biggest draw was I thought that was a really fun idea. But recently, I think after I played the Alan Wake remaster, I think I went back to it. Because now I knew tempered expectations and all. And I enjoyed it. I really liked it. I give it like a 7 out of 10. So, and Control Resonant, I don't know if it looks better. I like the environment more and I like the combat more. So it could be much better, but I'd have to wait for the game. I didn't like Control enough to say this is a day one, but I do trust Remedy because I adore Alan Wake 2. So I'm excited. It looks good. I'll give it that. It looks good. I'm glad that Jessie has hair. Not Jessie. Jessie's always had hair. What's the name of the brother? Is it Dylan? I think it's Dylan. I'm glad that Dylan has hair. The shaved head look was not was not into it. But that's all I'll speak on Resonant. Guild Wars 3. Didn't know there were 3 of them. The pod racing game. Hard to really get a grasp. I should have rewatched that trailer because the actual like trailer that they showed kind of sucked when they were streaming Summer Game Fest because they were having some technical issues, so it was very choppy. I like the way it looked. I'm not a racing game guy. I've never really been into racing games, although pod racing might be different enough for me to be into it. And it's also got a story mode, and since the story mode is going to be Star Warsy, not that that's saying much these days, might make it more interesting. So I'm hesitantly excited about the Star Wars pod racing game. Highly doubt I'll ever pay full price for it. I will have to wait for that game to go on sale. I don't like racing games enough, and I've been very let down by the entire Star Wars franchise over the last few years. So that's a game I'll probably wait for on sale, but it doesn't look bad. I'll give it that. It looks like it could be really fun. Next up, having to switch between these damn screens is a pain in my ass. I don't know what... Oh, okay. I might skip over some of these because, as I said, PC Gamer sucks as a website. It's not... These titles aren't the titles of the game sometimes. But luckily, and if I don't recognize the game just by the screen, it means I didn't care enough. Having water by me is a game changer. My throat's not killing me. So I think that says End of Abyss. I don't really remember the trailer, and I don't really care to rewatch it. Last Harbor. I didn't really think much of a trailer, but the description kind of seems interesting. I'm fucking stranded on a boat in a zombie apocalypse. That kind of sounds like an interesting description. Maybe I'll pay more attention to it later. But as of right now, I really don't know much about it, and the trailer I did see, I didn't really care that much. I think an ad played during that trailer. That was my issue. I watched Maximilian Dude stream the game. I keep calling it the Game Awards. Stream Summer Games Fest. So of course I got ads. Real pain. Virtua Fighter. I don't know anything about Virtua Fighter. Is this even like... I think Virtua Fighter's it's a franchise, right? This isn't a new game. I say that after watching the fucking King of Fighting Game streams. I didn't really like the trailer. I wasn't into it. It just seemed kind of boring. I think it was a bad trailer. I'm not saying the game was bad. I think the trailer is bad. I kind of liked all the funny little fighting stuff. And the end of the trailer seemed kind of interesting. Mafia: The Old Country. Only Mafia game I haven't played. I really like Mafia 2, and I really like Mafia 1 Remake, and, don't tell anyone, but I really like Mafia 3. That is not me saying Mafia 3 is a good game. It's not, but I like it. But I didn't play The Old Country. 1, it didn't have the greatest of reviews. I think people gave it around a 7. So in no world is my broke ass about to spend full price on that game. And I don't like that it's set in Italy. Part of the interest of the Mafia franchise, it was Mafia in America. That's not me being like an America First America. I'm not an alt-right asshole. I'm not a Nazi. It's more of I liked the uniqueness or the dichotomy of it. And I feel like you can say more with a Mafia game set in America, especially with like foreign policy and foreign relations. Mafia in Italy it's fork found in kitchen. Of course there's a fucking Mafia in Italy. So I was never all in on Mafia: The Old Country, and especially after the reviews were kind of just like, it's a good game. I never played it. If it goes on sale for dirt cheap, I'll play it. I am interested in it, but so the trailer for Mafia: The Old Country really has nothing to do with me. Not that any of these things have anything to do with me, but it doesn't interest me when it's on my screen. 1666 Amsterdam. This is one of the trailers I watched before I started streaming just because it seemed interesting, but I couldn't remember it. I'm hesitant. I don't like the early Assassin's Creed games that much. Blasphemy. I know. Don't tie me up. And I had a joke going, but I forgot my joke halfway through. Don't crucify me. I'm not into the early Assassin's Creed games. One, I hear is rough to play. It's so rough that they don't even fucking make it on modern consoles. That's the only Assassin's Creed game I haven't played, is 1. Technically, I haven't finished Shadows, but I've at least played it. But I hear it's not really much to play. 2, Look, I get it. I do. 2's a phenomenal game. 2's groundbreaking. It's phenomenal. If you're like fucking 80. Oh, good thing no one's watching the stream. My career'd be shot. Look, I'm sure 2 was great in 1933, but as someone who played every Assassin's Creed game, and then I played the remaster of 2, which is a fucking sucky-ass remaster, by the way. I mean, it's Ubisoft, what do you expect? But, like, it's a terrible remaster. It doesn't even look that much better than the original games. I didn't like it. Mainly because of how it controlled. It controlled very poorly. I don't like the old Assassin's Creed combat system. My inability to breathe through my nose is making it very difficult for me to retain oxygen in my lungs. So, 2 did have a good story, don't get me wrong. It's just, it wasn't fun to play. I like Brotherhood, I'll give you that. And my favorite of the Ezio games is Revelations. Oh my gosh. 2 god-awful opinions in such a short amount of time. I'm spoiling you. I'm spoiling you. I think I liked Revelations the most just because it was the most damn modern. It was the most, gameplay-wise, it was the most fun to play. I also really like Constantinople. And Old Man Ezio. I like a grouchy Old Man Ezio. I think I'd like 2 a lot more if they actually remade the damn games. They are remaking AC4, which is my favorite Assassin's Creed. I love AC4. AC4 is actually in my top 10. What? Who's calling me? Oh, stop calling me. I'm busy. How long have I been going on? I actually have somewhere to be today, annoyingly enough. 4 is my favorite. Syndicate's my next favorite. Oh, you're just getting you're getting so many terrible opinions. You're so, you gluttonous bastard. I just keep feeding you. Syndicate's a great game, by the way. Underrated as all hell. Play Syndicate. It's really good. I understand AC, oh, hi. Talking too much. Getting dizzy. I understand AC fatigue was at an all-time high with Syndicate, and I feel like that gave the game a bad leg up. Play Syndicate now. It's really fun. I love it so terribly damn much. And it actually plays like an old... Oh my gosh, this is the second time he's calling me. 1 second. And inviting me to a damn restaurant I know they hate. Selfish bastards. I know I hate, I mean... They always undercook the food. Oh, but it would have been free food. Fuck. I forgot I was broke. Damn it. I'm streaming. I'm a streamer. I have to do my job. Not that anyone's paying me for this. Which is why I'm broke. Ugh. Free food. Whatever. What was I talking about? Assassin's Creed. Oh yeah, 1666 Amsterdam. Maybe I should actually talk about that game. I like it. I like its idea. It felt a little generic in the when it was first talking with its. I was what do they say? A conduit, a vessel, or whatever. I was like, this feels a little overdone, but I like how I like witchy stuff. Part of my name is Pagan. This game should be right up my alley. And it would be. It really would be if I was a little more confident in the early Assassin's Creed stuff. Because as far as I'm aware, this guy hasn't made a lot of stuff in a long time. So I'm hopefully hesitant that 1666 will be fun. I like its setting. I like its vibe. I like what it's doing. It had an interesting thing there where it was like showing some present day stuff. Like if that little like flash of like hotel. So it could be more interesting than I think it's letting on to be in terms of its time period. Or maybe it's more of like a they're witches, you see into the future. I see the Motel 6. If this is the future where I'm seeing, I don't want to be a part of it. There's one motherfucker who keeps popping in and popping out of this damn stream, and I think he's waiting for it to get interesting. Or she, or they. I'm so sorry. But I liked what I saw. The cats. I liked playing as an animal as always. Is there a game where you can like transform into an animal for a set period of time and it's actually fun? Like as far as I'm aware, only games where you're an animal from front to beginning have managed to make the whole animal aspect of it all interesting. Every other game, it's just like, wow, now I'm walking but slow. But that's all I'll say about that. Not too much to say since I really don't know much. PC Gamer, gosh, your fucking website. This is why no one respects us. Saw game. I didn't like the first Saw movie. I got bored. I don't have friends. I can't play a multiplayer game. Could be fun. I mean, I really like the Friday the 13th game, so maybe this will be good. Zero Company. The Star Wars game, Zero Company. I don't really have much to say. I'm not a big tactical game guy. Not that I dislike it. It's just I've yet to play a game where I've really been invested in it. I didn't really get what the game was about, though. Why is Anakin there? Moving on. Don't care enough. It looked interesting, though. I'll give it to it. It could be great. Blood of Dawnwalker, you know, up until... Fucking damn it. Stop moving tabs from my screen. Go back. Go back. You know, I should not have done something where I'm talking so much when I'm unable to breathe properly. I'm like a fucking baby bird when I drink. Blood of Dawnwalker. You know, I hadn't been sold on Blood of Dawnwalker up until now. Because as now I've been once again I've said this 40,000 times already. I was interested in Blood of Dawnwalker before this. Not really sold. Not really like, oh, this is gonna be great. I liked the premise, but it just wasn't something I was like all into. But now with this new trailer, I'm much more positive. One, I like that it started off in the present day. That was kind of fun. I know technically that's kind of a spoiler, but I like the idea that like I know you don't play through time because I think isn't the game a time limited game? Like you have a month or something to save your family, which I'm guessing doesn't go well since this motherfucker's in the future. I guess though, if he did save his family, it's not like he'd stop being a vampire. He just keeps getting new families and they keep getting kidnapped. It sounds like he's just feeding families to the vampires. That is how that joke went, right? Yes, okay. I'm clever. I promise. So I seeing the present day, it looks like it's more willing to take risks. These days, the only way to really get me interested is if you're taking a risk on something or something seems weird enough to me to like for the time being, at least. So I am now much more eagerly awaiting Blood of Dawnwalker. The trailer was also more interesting too, even with the old day stuff. The vampires had a little more uniqueness to their look. I kind of liked how it was kind of across the spectrum. You had one like nobly vampire, fucking Michael Sheen looking ass. That's his name, right? There's so many Sheens. Yes. And then you had the freaky ass witch Voldemort looking one. So I am looking forward to Blood of Dawn Walker. I have watched the gameplay stuff they've done in the past, and I did like what I saw. So I am pleasantly pleased with what they showed, and I am looking forward to the actual game now. What's next? Among Us, don't care. 007 First Light. I heard it's good, and I like James Bond, but I don't like the Hitman games enough to trust. I'm going to like First Light, so on a sale I might buy it. But I at least heard it's good, so that's fun. I don't know who Balma is. Wuthering Waves crossover. Is Wuthering Waves good? It's free, isn't it? I've always been tempted to try. I tried to play Zenless Zone Zero. Not that I actually got far, because it was like 150 gigabytes. Who the fuck do they think I am? Monster Hunter Wilds. I didn't like Wilds. Blasphemy, I know, but I think that game was more fun with friends. I didn't enjoy it. Sword of Legend seemed interesting. That's the game where you fight a carpet, right? Seemed interesting. Didn't really care enough to really speak that heavily on it. Hot Wheels. I don't even remember there being a Hot Wheels revealed. Is PC Gamer just making a fucking shill? Why is there a Hot Wheels here? I don't remember a Hot Wheels game. Attack on Titan 3, Attack on Titan 1 and 2 looked kind of terrible. So I don't care. Don't know what Clutch is. Racing game, don't care. Pal World, don't care. Wolf Among Us 2 makes its debut. How long has it been? Huh? How long's it been? All you suckers, all you. Oh, I'm trying to think of something that's less insulting. Whatever. Suckers works. All you suckers have been waiting so long for this game. Joke's on you, motherfucker. I played Wolf Among Us for the first time last year. I only had to wait a year. And I've already gotten the sequel, and I'm excited because Wolf Among Us is a great game. It's actually my favorite Telltale game, and look at me, I'm getting the sequel already. Wow, they were really fast about it. Real considerate types. What's with that look? Huh? It's only been a year. I haven't had to wait at all. I haven't had to wait. Did you have to wait? Was it a long time? Oh, that's so sad for you. Oh, man, your expectations must be really high. Mine are tempered, of course, because, I haven't had to wait that long, Baby, I think it's even been less than a year since I played it. Maybe it has been longer than a year. That's so sad. That's so sad for you. Oh, poor baby. Poor baby. Do you want some thigh? Have some. There, have some thigh. Oh, it's okay. That's enough thigh for you, you bitch. Anyway. I should have rewatched the trailer. I forgot that the game got announced, to be fair. So I actually don't have much to say, except the fact I've gotten it so soon. But it looked good. I love the Wolf Among Us art style. It's really fun. The remastered got announced too. I don't know if I'll buy it. I'm not in a financial position to just be spending money on games I've played, even if they look better. But I'm excited. I really like the Wolf Among Us one to the extent I almost went to go read the Fable comics, and then I heard they're kind of fucking awful. I guess that's all I have to say on that. Vicious mockery. What's next? I'm getting fucking hungry. Maybe I should have taken that offer. No, I'm gonna go eat somewhere good. Their garbage place and their undercooked steak. Oh. Stellar Blade Blood Rain. Stellar Blade Blood Rain. But too much oxygen. Too much oxygen. I'm getting a headache. So much butt. So much butt. Oh, my head. Oh, my head. Oh, too much breath. Oh. Fuck. This is a proper reaction. So much ass. That's a real game right there. Oh, I need to calm down. Oh, my poor head. It hurts. It hurts. Well, okay. Now that the oxygen's left my being. In all seriousness, I'm very excited. I really like Stellar Blade. I didn't, yes, for that reason, but for other reasons too. Stellar Blade, even beyond its sexiness, is a good game. It's probably a 7.5 out of 10, just on the basis of game, not on the basis of butt. The dialogue and the story are far too horrendous to give this game anything outside of the 7 range. But the combat, the visual design, even some of the open world areas are far too impressive to give this game anything lower than a 7. So 7.5 is where I compromise. God, the dialogue in that game is so fucking off. It's so bland. It's not even funny. It has, like, actually nothing going for it dialogue-wise. I can't remember one interesting thing that was said. It's even worse on a second playthrough, by the way. First playthrough, I at least listened to the dialogue, just hear what was going on. I skipped through all that shit in the second playthrough because it was so much worse. But as I said, it has a phenomenal combat. It's so fun to just fight things in that game. There, you actually kind of. I almost think the game would be better suited for less one-on-one fights that the game does, and a lot more like kind of group fights. And the game just looks phenomenal. Some of the levels are a little bland to look at, especially the on rails level, because like it has open world levels and it has on rail levels, and it kind of teeters on the on rail levels in terms of being interesting. So, motherfucker, I swear I've banned you before. You damn. What even is that website? I'm terrified to click on that link because it's probably going to infect my computer. But I've seen that website being promoted multiple times at this point. Who's promoting something in a stream with no viewers? That's a terrible business practice. You're wasting your time. But yes, I do really like Stellar Blade, the first game. As I said, it has its flaws. But luckily, the developer of the game, I don't know if it was the creative director or someone else, but they have mentioned that the story was lackluster in the first game, which is very true. And the fact that they're willing to acknowledge that makes me a lot more excited about Blood Rain, because that means they've at least probably worked on it. And you can kind of see it a little bit, because Eve, as a character, fucking nothing of a character. Like, lackluster personality, lackluster everything with Eve, if I'm being honest, aside from, not in a misogynistic way, but like in an actual like personality way, Eve doesn't really have anything going for it. And in fairness, none of the characters do. They're all kind of just bland. They have some like base personality, like, what's her name, Lily? Lee's oh, super excited. Yes, do that. Oh, you're so cool. Wow, that was awesome. Personality, but there's really like no substance to it. Nothing to her. And the same goes for Eve. Eve is just the like, oh, whatever. Sure. Of course I'll help you. Yes. Same with Adam. Adam just has that one damn tone of voice the whole fucking game. Um, but Blood Rain looks like it's improving a little bit. Evie, we saw a little bit of her, but it looks like she actually has a slightly more realistic personality compared to the others. At least I can believe that's a person. And same with Evie's handler. Much better than Lily. So I am excited that they may have learned from previous games. And also, they probably got a fuck ton of money. They probably could have hired like an actual solid story writer now. Since, Stellar Blade 1 was such a hit. Was it a hit? I know it was well received, but like, well, all press is good press. But I like that Blood Rain is changing things up. It's not just like a sequel. It's like making some changes. Like the city in Stellar Blade is really just it's hardly a city if we're being real. It doesn't feel lived in. It's just kind of there, the hub world. In Blood Rain, it looks a lot more. It's almost like the Resident Evil 9 city, but like that was my issue with Resident Evil 9. Resident Evil 9 like started off in a city and it was really cool, and then they ditched it. But Blood Rain, I really like the city. I really like the look now. It's a lot more Ghost in the Shell style, cyberpunky kind of world, and I'm really looking forward to it. That's one of the few games I can actually quantifiably say I am excited for, and I probably will buy it day one. Cause also, but so much but. They really went all in. Eve had a little bit of everything, but this girl is all about. It's catered directly to me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I like that the combat is changing too. It's hand to hand this time. It looks like with some concessions. But I'm glad they just didn't do sword again. I'm glad they've actually changed it up. And that's what a sequel should do, in my opinion. A sequel should honor the first game, but it needs to change it up enough to make it to where it's its own thing. And a lot of sequels don't get that, I feel. Oh, I don't like the way my face looked when I drank that. A lot of sequels are honestly kind of glorified DLC to an extent. Not that I'm saying they're not. Like, for instance, God of War Ragnarok, very similar to the first game in all extents. I think it's better than the first game, but it doesn't exactly, like, take too many leaps and bounds. It's different enough to where, like, it feels like a sequel, but it doesn't take that many, but it doesn't take that many, risks. I like that Blood Rain seems to be changing things up on like every single aspect. Because I wonder if they're gonna stick with like an open worldy aspect, or make, because the first game is very apocalyptic. This game looks actually lived in, and like I wonder if that's a direct correlation to the ending of the first Stellar Blade game, or if it's more of this is what it's always been like, just Stellar Blade 1 didn't interact with it at all. Because the only time it did, it was, as I said, lackluster. There's one city in Stellar Blade 1, and it's really nothing special. There's like nothing to it. Well, let me try to think of anything else that happened. I did rewatch the trailer, but no, that was it. Just but. So that game, as I said, quantifiably excited for. When was the release date? They made that game fast, by the way. Good on them. I'm tired of games taking 40 fucking years to come out. Naughty Dog. Not that I'm excited for Naughty Dog's games these days. Ever since Neil Druckmann got full creative control, I feel like the quality's really gone down. I hope Intergalactic's good. I really do. I'm surprised it wasn't here. They only mentioned Intergalactic like the one damn time and never again. But as I said, I don't trust Naughty Dog anymore. Because Last of Us Part 2. is only good if you haven't played the first game. And then it's fuck awful if you have. What's next? Actually, I think I only have one more game left, and that should be. Oh no, well, I mean that's not necessarily a game. And Tifa and Street Fighter 6. The only fighting game I've ever really dived into is Mortal Kombat and Injustice. But I love me some Final Fantasy, so it's fun to see Tifa get thrown about. And last but not least. I should really be talking about this game when I'm much more less tired. But Final Fantasy VII Revelation got re-announced. That's another one I can't wait. Final Fantasy Remake series is in my top 5 favorite games of all time. I'm so excited. There's actually not much to talk about with Revelation because the trailer was honestly, it mostly showed off the world and kind of the high wind. It actually didn't do much story-wise, I feel. But I bought 7 Remake on a whim. Because people were talking about how great it was. I knew Final Fantasy VII was popular. And I was just like, fine, I'll buy this game. I ain't got nothing fucking better to do. I'll play it. And it was phenomenal. I did not expect that's when you get like the best games is when you play a game not expecting anything from it or having like just no expectations, which is not expecting anything from it. Moron. And it blew me away in every regard. I adore Remake in all of its being. And Rebirth is better on every scale. I unfortunately don't get the same feeling just because I knew what to expect going into Rebirth. I didn't have that, I'll just play it, people like it. I knew to expect next level, just perfection, and it was. I'm sad that I don't get to experience that kind of like, I found gold. But the Rebirth is quantifiably better on every scale than Remake. I think Cloud. The only thing I think is a little worse on. I think Cloud. I think he could have been cooler in Rebirth. I know that's kind of part of the story because Cloud is obviously developing as a character, but I really like Cloud's little fucking poses and little standoffish fucking tsundere bitch ass. So I was a little sad. Cloud wasn't such a brat in Rebirth, but everything about the game is phenomenal. And Revelations looks so good. I'm so excited. And that's something to applaud that team for is their ability to release these games in such a short amount of time. Because Remake came out in 2020, and we're already on the 3rd game within 7 years, and that's comparatively to other studios, and that's fucking fast. And that's something I think is lacking in like the game world now, because like we're getting sequels, but like fucking 20 years later. Wolf Among Us. What? No, it's only been a year. So that's really nice about Revelation. It looks really good. I love all of the characters. I'm no spoilers for Rebirth, but one of my favorite characters isn't gonna be there. I was in love. It's taken away from me. But I digress. I think the game is going to be great. I think it's going to be phenomenal. I have full faith. That is definitely a day one purchase. That's something I'm actually going to go buy the physical disc for. I don't buy physical much these days just because it's a little inconvenient. But that is something I will go buy the physical disc for. And honestly, I might buy a collector's edition. Oh, shit. I meant to buy the collector's edition of the Assassin's Creed 4 resynced because Assassin's Creed 4 is in my top 5 favorite games of all time. Oh, that's so sold out by now. Whatever. I'll supplement it with a 7 Revelation collector's edition with a statue and everything. Anything else that I saw in that trailer? Nothing to really talk about right now. I like the Matthew Mercer cameo. Should I talk about the Sephiroth voice actor change? I don't like it. I don't like voice actor changes in anything. They always take me out of stuff. And that's a me thing. I understand it's not that big a deal. But I really liked Tyler, how do you pronounce his damn last name? Hoechlin? Hoechlin? Fucking bitch not coming back. I don't care what you had to do. It couldn't have been that long to record some voice lines. I am happy it's Travis Willingham taking the place. I really like Travis Willingham. I don't know if I like his voice for Sephiroth, just because he does a deep Sephiroth. I really like the soft and kind of unassuming, like Cloud kind of voice. I'm waiting, Cloud. Because I mean the deep and threatening has been done a lot. So I do, and Sephiroth is so soft looking. He's like a little teddy bear. I am sad it's not the same softness, but I like Travis Willingham as a person enough to not be too terribly upset that he's voicing the character now. Anything else to say? Anything else to say? What the actual fuck? Sorry. I just got like 3 fucking messages back to back on Twitch, but it all says possible ban evader, which I believe entirely. Because they're advertising a Discord. You fucking shilling bitch. What was I saying? This is why you don't distract me. Travis? I was done with Travis. That should be everything, I think. I believe, yeah, 7 was the last one, was it not? Yes, it was. How long did an hour 13? A little short. Only like 15 minutes shorter than my usual streams. Or do they usually go 2 hours? It's been so damn long. Oh, I could not lay back in my chair. You definitely can't hear me from there. This is why I need a mic attached to my face. I'm too mobile for this damn stationary whore. But that's it. Good first stream back, I think. Not the most interesting. I know I probably should have. I tried to have trailers going on in the background, but as I said, I don't really know how to do that, and I don't really want to fight with a DMCA, because I really don't. I'm too new to this to kind of know how to handle those things. So, this is, it's fun. It was fun. I'm excited. That was a really good, Summer Games Fest, by the way. Like, all of those were pretty much hits, really. It was probably his best one. I know there was technical issues, which was kind of annoying, but you can't really... Jeff can't control everything, in his defense. And I like that people are being nicer to Jeff, because I feel like Jeff tries. I know he's kind of... he has bad taste in games. And he's really willing to take a sponsor, or at least he was in the past. He's really willing to take a sponsorship to fund his stuff. Which, in fairness, necessary evils. I'm glad people are nicer to him. Because people have treated him, I think, very poorly in the past, because he does make mistakes, but it's a learning curve. He's always taking advice. He's always learning from his shows, and I think that's really admirable. So I'm very happy people are much nicer to him these days, and that I think he's finally getting his getting his due diligence. So, and I would very much like to thank I'd like to thank the Academy. And I'd like to thank Jeff, because without Jeff, we wouldn't have these fun events. Because E3 shot itself in the fucking head, and its rotting, ugly corpse hasn't dared come back. And it's thanks to Jeff we get these fun events, and we get I feel like a much better sense of community. So I'm always excited for Jeff's shows. And I'm looking very much forward to the Game Awards. I am so fucking hungry. So thank you, Jeff, for giving us a place to chat, giving us a fun event. I say community. I'm here by myself, but I can at least watch through the window. I can see everyone else having fun and being like, I'm having fun too. I'm just doing it in the corner. You can come to the corner. You can come sit. It's a fun corner. Don't you want? Don't you want to sit next to me? But that is all for today, my darling dregs. I'm happy to be back. I'm gonna try to do 2 streams a week again. Most likely more Coffin of Andy and Lele. I gotta be close to the ending of that damn game by now. I was told that game's like 4 hours. I feel like I've played it for longer than 4 hours. I'm not complaining. I do really like the game, but voicing all those characters, it's getting real rough on my throat. And I kind of want to show off my actual game skills. Not that those exist, but I want to play a game that's more so game and less so Undertale. I think even Undertale had more gameplay aspects than Coffin of Andy and Lele. I'm almost out of water. Streaming is a great way. Well, my lips are chapped. Streaming is a great way to get me to drink water, because other than that, I never drink the shit. But yes, more Coffin of Andy and Lele. Probably later this week. I've adjusted my work schedule to where I should have my days off will be consecutive now, instead of I get 2 days off a week, but completely different days, not even remotely attached to each other. Which makes it kind of hard to stream because I'm still exhausted from working the one day, and then the next day I know I have to go to work the next day, and then I'm depressed. So now that I have a 2 consecutive days off, I might be a little more a little more receptive and less melancholy to stream. Well, but I will say that might make it to where I only stream on weekends now. I know I streamed throughout the week before. Now it might be only weekends unless I'm just feeling like, oh yeah, I'm in a streaming mood. I can stream. Because the whole 2 streams a week is not me being like, I only want to stream twice a week. It's more just so that's all I can really handle in my state of mind. I'm so pathetic. I'm just a rotting mess. But that's all. That's all, Dregs. I missed you. I uploaded everything to YouTube, so if you want to go watch it, my Coffin of Andy and Lele playthrough is completely updated. But that's all for now. What was my outro? I know it's French, but didn't I have something? Maybe I just said goodbye and au revoir. Either way, au revoir, darling Dregs.